Hey guys, welcome back to the channel, or if you're new, welcome. We're gonna get back into more foodie beauty content. We are back for another mukbang. I believe this is a Hardee's burger mukbang, if I'm not mistaken. I've got a couple to do, so I think it's the right one. We'll get into it and see if I'm right.
I got dinner.
What a great way to start the video, foodie.
Alright guys, you already know. Diet Pepsi, Pepsi Zero, whatever. I actually prefer Diet Pepsi over Pepsi Zero.
I'm not really 100% sure, but I think like the difference between is that like there are two different sweeteners and one has a buttload more. I'm pretty sure it's Diet has a buttload more of the main one, where Diet Zero has like two separate ones and they're kind of split in half.
And I have some Santa Fe sauce, some curly fries, and I'm having Hardee's Big Deluxe Burger.
I mean, I think it's pretty obvious at this point. She's kind of just done with all the dieting and stuff like that. You know, she said she wasn't going to do anything up until her birthday, which I'm pretty sure, if I'm not mistaken, it's past now, right? Like, it's past her birthday. So, you know, where's the diet, foodie?
So on this burger, I like how they wrap it. I don't know why it makes it look more appetizing, but...
Probably because it isn't just about how it tastes, it's also how it looks. Presentation does make an appearance on how you perceive food.
Tomatoes, cheese, mayo, ketchup, pickles, lettuce, and I think that's it. So kind of like a Whopper with cheese, but this is Hardee's.
It honestly looks and sounds like a Brody burger, and for anyone who may know what that is, they could probably agree with me that it tastes like crap.
Bismillah, beauty bite.
Alright guys, she said the magic word. It's gonna get gross in here.
I'm literally so hungry.
Girl, please, you're always hungry, and like you say it every single mukbang too. Same thing with like craving. Everything's a craving to you.
You guys, my FYP is inundated.
Inundated. Do you want to take another whack at that?
Flooded. Packed solid with Coachella. Okay.
God, please tell me we're not gonna get a rant about Coachella.
I didn't know what Coachella was. Really, I know it was a festival that like James Charles gets really excited about every year.
I honestly thought Coachella was an 18+ event, but if like James Charles is excited, then like it's definitely not 18+.
But other than that, I never paid attention to it. But now I'm obsessed with Coachella videos. It's interesting to me. And I actually watched the entire Lady Gaga set on YouTube live. I had chills. She is an amazing performer. She ate and left no crumbs whatsoever.
I could go for the obvious joke, or I could be mature and not do it.
Kind of like what I do.
You got that right, girl.
She's amazing. And I know I always brag about this, but we have the exact same birthday. I think she's younger than me, though. And she went solid for, it must have been like 2 hours. It seemed like a long time. It was a long time. The amount of dancing, having to change costume, dancing and singing, you have to be, I felt out of breath just watching her.
Yeah, probably because you can wind yourself by just simply breathing.
You have to be in the best shape to perform like that. For hours on end. Like, she's such a good performer. Like, and she can sing. She sang some of her new songs, I think. Is Mayhem her new album? I saw people holding up signs like Mayhem and stuff like that in the crowd. There's some good songs. Her encore was Bad Romance. She did Disease. I can be the doctor, I can cure your disease.
Can you guys imagine, like, having Foodie as your doctor? Like, you're sick, you go into the doctor's office, you walk in, and there's Foodie. I would straight up just leave. Like, I would just remain sick. I would take my chances.
She's like she's like today's day and age Madonna.
I mean, Madonna's got some really good music, but at the same time, she's a straight up creep.
You could tell by her style, her music style, you know, the way she's eccentric. She was inspired greatly by Madonna, but who wasn't? So I've just been watching like people doing videos of setting up their camps.
Don't get me wrong, I love going camping, but that shit is way too much effort. Not for a music festival.
You can set up a camp at Coachella, car camping, and people will have their car, and then they have this huge tent. Now, it's not something I would ever, in that kind of heat, want to do.
I mean, she does have a point, plus it's Coachella. Can you imagine Foodie standing up all day just to watch musicians play? Like, that ain't happening.
If it was cold, I don't like crowds, but this event, I don't know if I'm just watching influencers who are rich and have a really good setup, but it seems that, you know, Coachella is not as trashy as, like, you know, other huge events that have gone on, like, in a dirty sense.
Sometimes with influencers, you do have to take it with a grain of salt because they don't really show you the negative side or like the cons of a situation. So they'll try to pretty it up and only show you the positive side. So it might be good, it might be bad. Like, I've heard some pretty bad horror stories from Coachella, so I don't know if it's like a better festival. It's probably just similar. Probably just more dolled up from what I heard.
There's going to be some filth. It's an event with many people outside in the heat, but people bring blow-up couches, like, they make whole little living rooms in these tents. It looks like fun, but I'm living totally vicariously through these people.
That's very true. You spend the majority of your time inside and yet have the audacity to talk shit about other people and then say, well, I'm living my best life.
But this is the first year I really pay attention. Otherwise, it's just always been like a festival that I would never go to. Now in my life, a lot of walking too.
That's the main turn off, the walking.
It was like 101, 104 during the day. I think on day 0. Nah, I can't do that with no AC.
Do you guys remember when she went camping with Salah and like they slept in a cool room? Like, it was a straight up freezer, like not as cold obviously, but like basically the same concept, and they just slept in there instead of sleeping in the tent because it was too hot.
If I did go, I would be in a hotel. I think it just seems more relaxed, like people are not worried about getting their stuff stolen really, because, you know, they have all this stuff in these open tents.
I mean, I wouldn't say that, because like that's a fear that everybody should have, especially when you're sleeping in an area, open tents, with a bunch of random people you've never met before.
I think it's because it's a lot of more wealthy people. Like, if you can afford to go to Coachella, you're probably not too worried about stealing.
I mean, a lot of wealthy people got wealthy in the first place for stealing, so...
But that's not true. Look at Winona Ryder. Isn't she loaded and she stole from, like, Macy's or something? My point is, not only poor people.
Why did she put poor people in quotations? That doesn't really make that much sense. Like, if someone is poor, it wouldn't be in quotations, because they are in fact poor. They don't have wealth. Like, it's not a bad word, it's just a way of labeling people that don't have a lot of resources. Why?
There seems to be this, like, unwritten rule. I don't know, unless I'm just seeing all the glorified parts of it, but it seems to be a big event for influencers as well. There's a ton of brand deals going on. You know, I'm literally obsessed with watching the, those Coachella TikToks. But yeah, Lady Gaga was just, if you want to see a good show, just type in YouTube search bar Lady Gaga Live Coachella 2025. I'm telling you.
She is aware, like, Lady Gaga has been around for ages, right? And her music has always been good. Like, well, not always been good. There was one point in which there was a couple questionable songs, but for the vast majority of music, she's been really good.
You will be blown away. Like, I don't really watch concerts, so I'm not sure, if most performers put on a really good show like that, but she really did. put on a great show. I was like, wow.
The funny thing is, Foodie Beauty's over here singing like the praise of Lady Gaga. Meanwhile, if Lady Gaga found out that she was a homophobe who doesn't believe in equal rights, like, she would not be a fan of Foodie. Like, straight up, the complete opposite.
Anyways, guys, that was a delicious burger. I was just craving like a meaty beef burger with like, you know, all the fixins. Okay, guys, I gotta go, so I'll see you in the next video. Bye.
Alrighty guys, that's going to be the end of the video. Thank you for watching, I hope you guys enjoy, and hopefully get to see you lovely people in the next one. Bye bye.